Good morning, children. Welcome to the today's class. So in previous class we discussed about the story of microorganism 1. So in that lesson we discussed about the we learn about the different types of microorganisms like bacteria, fungus, algae, protozoa, and virus, different types of virus. Okay, and how they will produce, how we can able to identify them. Okay, so these all the things we discussed in last chapter, children. So in this chapter today we are going to know about the story of microorganisms only, but here we are going to learn about how they will help to us, and not only that, so how the microorganisms will be helpful to us, and sometimes these microorganisms will cause some problems also, children. So how they will harmful to us and how they will helpful to us, these all things here we have to know in this chapter. Okay, so microorganisms, our friends or foes. Okay, so means microorganisms will helps to us or will they harmful to us, that is the thing here we have to know. So actually microorganisms are present everywhere. They are to be found in air, water, soil. Okay, this one we already discussed in last class. So these all the microorganisms means bacteria, fungus, algae, protozoa, these all the things will be present everywhere, on water, okay, air, on soil, everywhere they will be present. So within the bodies of animals and plants and cover the surfaces, as well as some microorganisms are very useful and some help us in many ways, while some of them are harmful. So in the microorganisms, some will be helpers to us and some will be may harmful to us also. So in this section we will study about how microorganisms help us and how they will harm to us. Okay, so here we are going to know about how useful microorganisms. So what are the useful microorganisms and how they will help us to us, today we are going to know. Okay, so if you open the textbook number, page number 36, here you see, children, here they are given one activity to us. Okay, activity 1, some microorganisms are very useful to us in everyday life, for example in making of curd. Okay, this one we already know, generally we know this one. Okay, so to make the curd, for the warm milk, here we have to add 1 or 2 drops of curd or buttermilk. Okay, so after 5 to 6 hours, if you observe, we can able to find that milk should be converted into curd. Okay, but how it will be done? Because only by adding this curd or buttermilk only. So in this curd or buttermilk, here there are some microorganisms. Okay, so that microorganisms are nothing but called as the, here you see, children, curd or buttermilk contains the bacteria named as lactobacillus. Okay, so this lactobacillus converts the milk into curd. So because of this lactobacillus bacteria only, the milk should be converted into curd. Okay, it's very very important, children. So here you see, curd or buttermilk contains the bacteria named lactobacillus. The name of the bacteria which is there in curd or buttermilk is lactobacillus. So because of this lactobacillus only, the warm milk should be converted into curd. Okay, not only this, so like here they are given another one activity also. So for example, if you want to make any bread or any cake, so generally we are making the cakes and breads, everything in our everything at homes. Okay, so for this, here we have to take some maida in bowl and add 1 or 2 drops of 1 or 2 spoons of yeast powder. Okay, and add some water and make the dough. Dough means here you see, children, in the figure you can see the cups, see cups containing the maida dough. Okay, so the mixture of the flour, maida flour. Okay, so here some water and need it to make the dough. Keep the dough in a warm place. Observe the dough after 3-4 hours. So after the 3-4 hours, if you observe the dough, again here you see, children, in the picture, so first cup will have the dough of the mixing of flour. After 3 to 4 hours, again in the second cup we can observe same cup only, but the content, the amount of maida will be becoming double. Okay, so how it will be done? Because of only the yeast. Okay, so whenever we are adding the yeast to the maida flour, so that yeast also one of the helpful microorganism to us. Okay, so because of this one only, So this yeast will produce some carbon dioxide, so that because of the carbon dioxide only the maida dough will become larger. Okay, so and it will makes the mixture will be soft and sponge. Okay, so here you see in the above figure, yeast was added to maida dough placed in one of the 2 cups identified. So when yeast is added to the dough for preparing bread, the dough rises. Okay, so this is due to the production of carbon dioxide gas during the process of fermentation. Okay, so this process will be called as the fermentation, children. So during the process of fermentation, bubbles of the gas fill the dough, increase its volume and make it a sponge in nature. So because of only adding the dough only. So not only this yeast, children, in our houses we are generally using this baking soda, baking powder also. Okay, baking soda, this is also in the baking soda also there is some bacteria, so that should be makes the any mixture will be becoming soft and sponge. So this process will be called as the fermentation, children. Okay, so here you see another one activity also they are given, commercial use of microorganisms. So this is also one of the use of microorganism, commercial use. Okay, so take some water in 2 separate beakers, add 5 to 10 drops of sugar to each beaker, 5 to 10 spoons of sugar. Okay, take 2 beakers and in that we have to add 10 spoons of sugar to each beaker. Okay, and then add 2 to 3 spoons of yeast to one of the bowl only. Okay, first we have to take 2 beakers and in that we have to add the 10 spoons of sugar in each beaker. Okay, and only for 1 beaker we have to add 2 to 3 spoons of yeast for only 1 beaker of water. Okay, and next we have to close the both beakers. 1 beaker we have to take water and yeast. In the second one we are taking only water and sugar. Okay, so after 3 to 4 hours if you observe, we can observe some smell, some different kind of smell, that is nothing but the alcohol smell. Okay, so in for which beaker we are adding the yeast, in which beaker we are adding the yeast, so if you smell that we can identify that different smell will be nothing but the smell of alcohol only. Okay, so this is the characteristic smell of alcohol. Sugars are converted into alcohol by yeast only. Okay, so here you see whenever we are adding the sugar to yeast, okay, so that sugars will be converted into alcohol. So for the sugar water, whenever we are adding the sugar to that water, and that for that sugar water if you are adding the yeast, okay, so that sugar water will be converted into alcohol. So this process of conversion of sugars into alcohol is known as the fermentation. Okay, so this process is used on a large scale in the production of alcohol, wine, beer and acetic acid. These are all the alcoholic products are nothing but because of only the fermentation process only we can get. Okay, so here you see yeast is grown in natural sugars present in grains like, so yeast will be generally, yeast also one of the kind of microorganism like bacteria, virus and fungus, algae, protozoa, like that this yeast also one of the bacteria only. So this bacteria will be grown only on the naturally it will grown. Okay, so naturally it will grown on mainly some grains only, some grains. Okay, and grains means like rice, wheat, barley, okay, and crushed fruit juices like grapes, like on grape juices also we can sometimes we can able to observe. So whenever we are taking the grape juices after, so first we have to take the, if you observe the grape juice, so after sometimes we can able to observe the smell of the grape juice will be getting different. Okay, why? Because the production of yeast, because of the production of yeast on the grape juice, so it will get different smell and different taste also. Okay, so here you see molasses produced in sugar industry. So actually molasses is the waste material from the sugar cane. Okay, so actually sugar will be sugar will be produced by using the sugar cane factory, by using the sugar cane in the factory. So after getting sugar, the waste material will be nothing but the molasses. Okay, the waste material will be molasses. So in the molasses again there should be some production of yeast is there. So that molasses will be the main ingredient in the preparation of alcohol. Okay, so by using the process of fermentation, here the molasses will be added to the sugar water or any fruit juices, then we can get the alcohol here. So this fermentation process will be very important in the preparation of means the fermentation process is the main role, okay, by to get the alcohol by using the yeast and some fruit juice and everything. Okay, so these microorganisms will be not only uses for commercial purpose, they will be uses in the medical purpose also. Okay, so sometimes when we fall ill, get injured or need to undergo an operation, doctors prescribe some medicines that kill the bacteria, so those will be nothing but the antibiotics. Okay, so if you are getting any cough, cold, okay, and some diseases, so the doctor will be mainly prescribed the antibiotics. So that antibiotics are nothing but the medicine, means some bacteria which will be used to kill the some what are the what are the disease cause cells will be there, those will be killed by this bacteria. So these will be called as the antibiotics. Okay, so these antibiotics are produced by growing specific microorganisms. Nowadays a number of antibiotics like penicillin, tetracycline, streptomycin and erythromycin are being produced. Okay, so antibiotics are helping curing many bacterial diseases like typhoid, gonorrhea, and prevent infections like septicemia also. Okay, so these microorganisms will be useful in many ways. Okay, commercial purpose also they will be used, and for medical purpose also they will be used. Generally for house generally also it will be very useful to us. Okay, so here these antibiotics are also used to control the bacterial diseases in plants and animals. So not only for the disease of human beings, for the bacterial disease of plants and animals also these antibiotics will be very useful. Okay, so here they are given the story of discovery of antibiotic penicillin. So the first antibiotic will be discovered by Alexander Fleming, children. So in the figure you can see this Alexander Fleming. So Alexander Fleming discovered the antibiotic, the first antibiotic called as the penicillin. Okay, so about this one we can go for the next class. So up to this one you should follow the class properly, children, and everyone should have the books to complete your CW and HW. Okay, so CW and HW. So today's CW, in the second chapter, in the last previous chapter you completed 1 to 6 questions only. So for this class today we have to write the remaining questions, 7 to 11 questions you write in your CW, children. That is the CW class work to you, and homework 1 to 6 questions you write one time in your homework book. Okay, CW will be chapter number 3:1, means the story of microorganisms 1. Okay, so in this chapter your CW will be 7 to 11 questions, 7 to 11 questions, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These are the questions you have to write as the classwork, and homework will be 1 to 6 questions you write as the homework for one time. Okay, so thank you.